In today's lesson, you will learn to multiply polynomials. In particular, you will learn to multiply a monomial by a polynomial. You will learn a shortcut for multiplying two binomials, and you will learn the general method for multiplying any polynomial by any polynomial. As you go through the tape, be sure to take careful notes. If you have any questions, be sure to see a math instructor or someone in the math science lab. Let's start by recalling the distributive property of multiplication over addition. For A, B, and C real numbers, A times B plus C is equal to A times B plus A times C. In words, I'm going to distribute the A to the B, the A to the C. I am distributing the multiplication over the addition. So I'm multiplying A times B, keep the plus, I'm multiplying A times C. The distributive property of multiplication over addition. Let's look how it works in an example. I'm multiplying 2x squared, which is a monomial, by the polynomial 3x squared subtract 4xy plus 7y squared. The distributive property tells me to multiply everything in the parentheses by the term outside the parentheses. So I need to multiply the 2x squared and the 3x squared. Then I multiply the 2x squared by the negative 4xy. And finally, I multiply the 2x squared by the 7y squared. I can write the multiplication as the 2x squared times the 3x squared, the 2x squared times the negative 4xy, and the 2x squared times the 7y squared. Now we're going to actually do the multiplying. When I multiply 2x squared times 3x squared, I get 6x to the fourth. 2 times 3 is 6. X squared times x squared is x to the fourth. I'm multiplying 2x squared times the negative 4xy. 2 times the negative 4 is negative 8. X squared times x is x cubed. And I have the y. Finally, I multiply 2x squared times 7y squared. 2 times 7 is 14. And then I have x squared, y squared. So this is a method you use to multiply a monomial by a polynomial. You simply use the distributive property. Let's consider a couple other examples. Let's multiply negative 2x times 4x minus 3. Applying the distributive property, I multiply the negative 2x with the 4x. Then I multiply the negative 2x with the negative 3. Negative times a positive is negative, so I get a negative 8x squared. A negative times negative is positive, so that would be a plus 6x. Fractional coefficients cause no additional concern. I need to distribute. So I'm going to multiply the negative 3/4 x squared y by the positive 2/3 x squared a. Then I'm going to multiply the negative 3/4 x squared y by the negative 4/9 x b. And then finally, I'm going to multiply the negative 3/4 x squared y by the 4/5 c. Now, of course, to multiply fractions, I multiply the numerator by the numerator and the denominator by the denominator. But we can reduce before we multiply. So I'm going to reduce the 3 and the 3, and that would be a 1 and a 1. Now I can do the 2 and the 4. 2 going to 2, 1. 2 going to 4, 2. A negative 1 times 1 is negative 1. 2 times 1 is 2. X squared times x squared is x to the 4th. I'm left with then y times a. For the second one, again I can reduce before I multiply. 3 goes into 3, 1. 3 goes into 9, 3. 4 goes into 4, 1. 4 goes into 4, 1. A negative times a negative is positive. 1 times 3 is 3. X squared times x would be x cubed. I have y b. On the last one I can 4 going to 4, 1. 4 goes into 4, 1. A negative times a positive is negative. 3 times 1 is 3. 1 times 5 is 5. I have no bases that are the same, so I'll simply write it x squared y c.